Hello, here I will talk about districts and explain to beginners how districts work. It's actually very simple. You can build your first district, not this city, this city. You can build your first district from the very beginning on. You just need to have the districts unlocked. Right now in this game I have pretty much all the districts unlocked. Therefore, in this city, I can build many of those districts. I already have the campus district. You get the first district at population 1. The second you can build at population 4, the third at population 7, the next at population 10, and the next I think at population 13. If you are Germany, you start with 2 potential districts that you can build from the very beginning. So you're just 1 ahead of time. Now, what do these districts do? We learned already in our basic tutorial that campus districts are great for science and to speed through the tech tree. And holy sites are great for faith and for religion. We also learned commercial hubs give you money, and if you build a market in them, you get an additional trade route which is good for money, production and food. Get as many of them. Now what do the other districts do? The encampment gives you production toward, in general, a little bit of production, great general points, and it allows you to faster build units. And your units that you built in the city get faster experience. I do not recommend encampments, at least not when you're just learning the game. You are usually better off just to build units and learn how to use units before you boost them with an encampment. Once you understand warfare a little bit better and want to go for an all domination game, then go for an encampment, then build an encampment. It's great if you want to take over the world to have in your first few cities an encampment where you build your units. Encampments you really don't have to have in all the cities, even when going for domination. Just in the cities that build the units. What you need to have in all cities is always the commercial hub. Also, the campus is always great because science is important for every victory condition. For domination, science allows you to get better units, like the knights or the corsair, or the musketmen or bombards, better ships and everything. While it is obviously important for the science victory, it's also important for the culture victory because many wonders are unlocked in here that also give you tourism stuff. The harbor is a little bit like the commercial hub, just in the water. We have no place where we could build the harbor. Well, in here we could. If we get a tile on the coast, we could build a harbor. A harbor gives more money if it is also adjacent to your city center, and for every adjacent sea resource it gives an additional 1 money. So a harbor can be really good in the right spot. For example, if I had a city on this tile, I could build a harbor in here and it would give me +4 money. Also, if you build a lighthouse in the harbor, you get an additional trade route. This is really great and a good alternative to a commercial hub. But harbor and commercial hub trade routes do not stack. You only get the trade route once per city. So you usually do not build commercial hub and harbor, unless you really want money. The entertainment district is for amenities. You usually build it once in the center because its amenities spread to adjacent cities that are within a tile. This is a little bit more complicated and you shouldn't bother about that, at how exactly the entertainment complex things work. Once you've built it and read through the buildings description, you will understand it, but I would recommend to ignore it for your very first playthrough because there are more urgent things to learn. Similarly with the industrial zones buildings, because it has the factory affects other cities as well and improves their production too, but that's tile counting and a bit more complicated, I would recommend to just check where can you build an industrial zone that gives you good stuff. Here I would get +2 for my industrial zone. That's not bad. Is there another city with a good industrial zone? Only +1. I don't have that many good industrial zone spots here. You always see what's the adjacency if you hover over it. For example, 2 production from each adjacent aqueduct is really nice. I haven't even unlocked the aqueduct here. But for example, I should probably do that because this city, I did something very stupid in here. I blocked the tile where I wanted to build the aqueduct by placing a holy site there. That was really stupid of me. That's a bad placement. A good example of how to not place. Or the good example is of how to place is, for example, here, the theater square. In here it's +2 and because it's next to a wonder. And if I get more wonders adjacent to it, it can even become better. So a culture district gives you also great writer, artist and musician points, important for tourism. If you go for a culture victory, build a theater square in all your cities. Super important. Besides the commercial hub, of course, because money is important for all victory types. The industrial zone is nice if you get a good one. You don't need it in every city, but in a few of your bigger cities, I would recommend to build the industrial zone just so they can become very powerful in production. But since you can only have a limited amount of in the districts, I have one already. At pop 4 I was able to place another one, which I didn't do yet. And at 7 I will be able to place another one. This means I can currently only place one. And afterwards I have to wait until my city is pop 7. We have a pop 7 city. Yeah, in here. So here I have just one district, which means I can place 2 more. For example, could place a holy site here. And a campus over here. Oh, up here for 5. Do I have a builder in the nearby? Yes, I do. I will of course chop this first and then place the other district. Here I will build the market first for the trade route. Because I know a market will give me an additional trade route, which is very important. While here I will explain to you the government plaza. First of all, the government plaza gives you an additional governor use, so you can promote one or get a new one. Really nice. Also, the government plaza gives +1 adjacency for free to all adjacent districts. Usually, you need 2 districts adjacent to another district to give that one +1. So, if I would build a district here, this holy site would have the district here and the district here, so 2 districts adjacent, would get +1 faith. A government plaza would give that on its own in addition to its normal district adjacency. So if this city would build a government plaza here, this would get +2 faith. Therefore, I want to surround my government plaza by as many districts as I want. So a good option could be to just place it on this hill, then I can build other districts over here. That would be an option. Also, once I have built the government plaza, I can build buildings in there that give me passive benefits that are really, really useful. For example, these 3 buildings. I personally really loved Ancestral Hall because it gives 50% production towards settlers in addition to the ones that you can get for cards, and this also works on chopping down forests and stuff. And all your cities that you found after you have built these buildings get 1 builder for free. Considering I have the pyramids, this would be really useful. This is the only case where I sometimes delay early settling. But because the best land was so close to an enemy, I decided to not build that. Also, of course, if you go for war, then you go for Warlord's Throne, or if you don't have that many cities, you can go for Audience Chamber. It's up to you. I recommend just try everything out once, and you will learn very quickly which one you like the most. Depends what you prefer to go for. It's all very viable. And this district gives now even more science. It is at 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It has two mountains, that gives 2. It has the government district, that gives 1. And it is adjacent to 2 districts. The city center counts as district as well. So another +1 gives 4. In this city it's a bit hard to choose what to do, so I'll go for a builder. Another government, another title for my governors. Let's improve Pingala. And we do Shift Enter again because I really don't want to move these units, since that's not what we explained right now. Yeah, go away. You see, I'm not building this district, but I placed it anyway, just so it stays cheap, even though the game progresses. Alright, this guy can spread my religion. Yeah, I will Shift Enter again, just because I don't really care.
Few inventions have been so.
Here I will chop this out. And now I will place the campus district, because this is a really good campus. But I will go back and finish the market first. And if I want, I can even queue up some things. I will need a granary in here, a campus, and the holy site. Actually, I'm very rich. I could just buy the granary, because this city needs housing. So that's about districts. You try to clump them together to get as many adjacencies as possible. You sometimes have to think a little bit, oh, where could I place it? I mean, depending on what is in here, that could be a really good holy site for this city. Since we're rich, let's find out. Ah, the mountain. Unlucky. Ugh. Ah. So yeah, that's how districts work. You really try to get the adjacency, and you build the districts first, depending on what victory type you want to go for. In general, the commercial district is always a good choice to place, so we should probably place one here. I want to place a culture district in here later when this wonder is finished. See, you really plan ahead. You can even put down some of these if you do not want to forget where you want to place what. Could build an aqueduct here. The other city could build a culture district here because it's also very nice, and a commercial hub in here. If you get this wonder, this would be really efficient. These districts would get a lot of their yields out. That's really nice. Also, this apostle is here and can spread the religion to Patna. Very nice. So yeah, that's how the game works. This guy can come down here to Calcutta and spread the religion. Now so many people follow the happy snack people. So that's how districts work. It's up to you to try it out and just play with them. I really like that you have to think a lot about which district to place where, and that you really have to look for good spots like these to have amazing districts. That's what I personally love about this game. So I hope this was helpful, and see you next time.